Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So today I decided to do something different. I'm gonna do a tutorial, a series on making a game. And the game I've chosen is Plates of Fate. Now, there isn't a lot of, I don't think there's any videos about like making a Plates of Fate game on YouTube. Not that I'm aware. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So firstly, let's just get started. We're gonna like set everything up and get it all nice and organized. So we're going to insert a folder into replicated storage, and we're going to call this game data. And then we're going to go ahead and insert another folder into server storage, and we're going to call this one assets. Now we're going to insert another folder into workspace, and we're going to call this plates. This is where all the plates are going to go. And for assets, that's where we're going to put like round stuff, like event stuff that go in there, and the actual plates themselves. So let's go to start a GUI, insert a screen GUI, and we're going to name this main UI, call it that, and leave it at that. And then we're going to insert a text label into that main UI. And I'm just going to edit this real quick. You can follow along or make your own, or if you already have one, that's cool. So we're going to set the anchor point to 0.5. We're going to set the background transparency to 1. Hold on, let me make this slightly bigger. Okay, and then we're going to make it text scaled. We're going to set the text color to white. And then we're going to set the text stroke transparency to 0. That makes it look decent. You can change the font and whatever else. It's just up to you. And then we're gonna make this. Oh wait, hold on. Let me do this real quick. Let's set this to. Let's do I think 4 and then 0.1. I think is fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then we're gonna set that right into the middle. That looks good. And then we're gonna name the text label status. And then in game data, go ahead and insert a string value. And we're going to call this status, and then insert another value, a bold value, and we're going to call this one round in prog, wait, oops, that was weird. Round in progress. So when it's set to true, that means the round is in progress, but obviously it's not going to be in progress for right now. And we're just going to set up this local script real quick. So we're going to insert a local script into status. And then we're going to delete this. And then we're going to do local text label is equal to script.parent. And then we're going to reference the status that's in replicated storage. So equals local status is equal to game.replicated storage.game data.status. Now we're going to make it so it is equal to that value. So text label that text is equal to, let's do, yeah, status that value. And then so we're gonna want to make it change whenever the status changes. So what we're gonna do is just get status that changed connect function and enter, and then all you're gonna want to do is just copy this code into that into this event, and then it should work perfectly fine. So now we're ready to get onto like the actual scripting of the game. So insert a server script into server script service, and we're going to call this game handler because it's going to handle most of the game stuff. Actually, before we do that, we're going to need to make some plates and like do a basic spawn system, the basic edit the base plate real quick, and we're going to insert a spawn. We're going to insert a few on it's anchored. Okay, there you go. So we're just going to do this real quick. Doesn't have to look nice and pretty. You can do that after you made the game or whatever. It's up to you. I'm just gonna. You can pause the video if you need to, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just make it look somewhat decent. All right, that's good enough. And then what we're gonna want to do is take some. Hold on. We're gonna need to duplicate the base plate and put it over here, and extend this a bit. Actually, before I probably should have made the plates first, but okay. And then go ahead and insert like a player model or like a dummy or whatever, so you can have like a size reference, so you know how big the plate should be. Make it up, put it up, and then we're gonna do slightly. Hold on. Let me see. One. Okay, I think that's good enough. And then we're just gonna duplicate it and oh wait, no. Before we do that, we're gonna insert a folder into it, and then we're gonna name the plate plate. Just we're gonna call it just plate, and then we're gonna name the folder settings, and then we're gonna insert a string value, and we're gonna call this owner of plate, and then we're gonna set the value to none, and then boom. All right, now we can make the other plates. So let's just do that real quick. You make as many as you want. Like make enough plates for however many players you want in your game. So for the sake of tutorial, I'm gonna do. Hold on, let me see. Select all these. Oop, I deselected. That's 8, 12. Trying to make them evenly spaced, and then 16. So I'm just gonna do 16 for the sake of this game. That's gonna be the max players. All right, get rid of this dummy and get it out of the way, and then we're gonna select them all. We're gonna group them together, and we're gonna call them plates, and then we're gonna just put them in server storage in assets for now. There we go, and then now we can do more. Now we can get into the server script. So okay, so now get rid of print hello world, and then we're gonna do type in local. First, let's reference all of our things that we have in the game. So firstly, let's do game data. So we're gonna do game data. Local game data is equal to game.replicated storage dot game data. Local assets is game.server storage dot asset. Local plates is equal to game dot workspace dot plates. All right, there we go. We referenced, I think, mostly what we needed to reference. So so we're gonna make like a settings tab so you can easily adjust the settings. So let's do local settings equal, oops, that's plus, equal, brackets, enter, and it's gonna close down like this, and then we're gonna do, let's say, intermission equal to, for the sake of this tutorial, we're gonna do 10 seconds. Players needed. This is gonna be how many players you need to start. Let me add a S here real quick. Players needed, and then we're gonna say 1 just because it's only gonna be me. So for the sake of tutorial, time between events is equal to we're gonna do 5 seconds for that, and then round in progress is equal to game data dot round in progress dot value. All right, there we go. We got like the basics set up. So now we can get in more into the interesting stuff. So we're gonna make a quick function, local function, calculate players, parentheses, enter, and then we're gonna do local number of players is equal to hashtag game dot players dot colon get players, and then what we're going to do is return that with return, and then type in number of players. So it's going to return the number of players in the game. So now we're going to do while wait do, and then now make sure you put a wait so it doesn't time out the script, and then we're going to do if calculate players is greater than or equal to settings dot players needed. Then okay, so this is where the game actually starts, and then we're gonna put an else, enter, and this is where the game is looking. The game doesn't have enough players, so like it's just gonna, if you were to like put these in print and like start it, it would print this one because we only need 1 player for right now. Obviously, you're probably going to change it when the game is done and completed. So go ahead, change it. Just for making it, just keep it at 1 for now. But obviously, when it's when you're done, just make it 2 players or however many you want. I need to reference status too. So local status is equal to game data dot status dot value. So now what we can do is we can do status. Oh wait, first off we need to make an intermission timer. So let me do the else first. So we're gonna go down here and we're gonna say status is equal to need more players to begin. And then now we're going to do the actual intermission timer. So we're going to do for I equal to settings dot intermission comma 1 comma -1 do. And now we got the basics, and now we're going to do status dot is equal to intermission dash dot I. And then we're gonna wait 1 second so it actually waits for it. Because if you didn't put it away, it would instantly do it, and it would go right into the game itself. So now we're gonna set the status to game dot no, I mean not that. We're gonna set the status to game is getting ready to begin, and then we're gonna wait 5 seconds and let it get the players ready and make sure they're ready to go. And now we're going to do for key value player in pairs game dot players get players do, and make sure if we need to make sure the player is actually alive. So let's just do if player dot character dot humanoid dot health. Actually, first let's make sure they have like a humanoid and stuff before we do that, because if they don't, it's gonna like fail. So let's just do if player find first. Let's go down. If player find first child. Oh no, we need to put character after the player. So if player dot character find first child humanoid, then make sure if player dot character dot humanoid dot health is greater than or equal to 1, then now we're gonna we need to make a table that inserts them into the game. So let's do local players in game, and then we're gonna do equals brackets. Now we made a table, and we're gonna insert the players into the table. So we're gonna do table that insert players in game, which is the table, and then we're gonna do the number position, which is key value, and then we're gonna actually add the player themselves. So there we go. That should add them to the actual table. Let's actually add the plates in the game. I forgot to do that. So we're gonna do local. We can't call it plates because, hold on, we're gonna rename this one. We're gonna call it we're just gonna call it folder. Honestly, we're just gonna call it folder. So we're just gonna change that to folder, and we're also gonna change the name. So folder. So now we're gonna do local plates is equal to assets dot plates clone, and plates dot parent is equal to game dot workspace. So let's get the plates. Hold on, we need to get rid of this extra base plate and that dummy if you didn't already, and we're gonna set the plates closer. So when we take them from the assets folder, they're going to go straight into the folder, and they're going to be right here. Oh, I almost forgot. Make sure the plates are anchored actually before you do anything, because that would be bad if they're not anchored. And there you go. And make sure the spawns are anchored too. Okay, there we go. All right, there you go. And now we got to assign them each player a plate. So we're going to do for I be in pairs game. I mean, not game plates get children do if v dot settings, if v dot settings owner of play dot values equal to none, then v dot settings dot owner of play dot value is equal to player dot name. There you go. That should sound like player name. And then after that, after this for function, we're going to do another one for IV in pairs. Do oh wait, I forgot. Plates guilt children do. So now we're gonna do if v dot settings dot owner of play dot value is equal to if v dot owner is equal to none, then we're just gonna destroy it and get rid of it. So we're just gonna say v destroy. We're gonna test this real quick, make sure that everything works. I think everything should work, honestly. There shouldn't be any errors. So we're gonna test this real quick. It's always good to test in between stuff and make sure it actually functions properly before you get into like more bigger stuff. Okay, why is there no status thing? Nah, it's not good. What did I do? Like there's like no status at all. It's like, oh, it's probably not like going off for some reason. That's weird. That is weird. I'll be right back after I figure out the problem. Alright, so I managed to figure out the issue. So come back up here and remove the dot value from status, and then what you're going to do is go throughout the whole script and re-add dot value to each status. So as you can see, add it here, here, and down here. Make sure you add it everywhere, otherwise it's not going to work properly. And also, I figured got an error. Get players. Okay, I forgot to add an S. There we go. And then also in this function, we're gonna want to actually teleport them to the plate. So we're just gonna do player dot character dot humanoid root part dot c frame is equal to v dot c frame times c frame dot new, and then set them above the plate slightly so they don't like clip through the plate or something and die. So let's go ahead and test this real quick, make sure it works. I think everything should work now. It should work like perfect. Okay, yeah. Being very slow for some reason. Okay, we're loading. 2, 3, ready, get ready. Game is getting ready to begin. Yep. Okay, it spawned the plate. And there is an error, so let's go fix that real quick. Oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot to put it in this one instead of, because we didn't reference V in this one, so put it actually inside of this one right here, the plate, to actually get the plate, and I think it should work perfectly now. So what it should do is teleport us to our plate slightly above it, and it should delete the rest of the plates that are not being used. And then that will be like the basics of it. And then we're gonna want to make it actually destroy the we're gonna want to make it so like cleans up all the plates after and gets rid of everything, and then it like restarts, so we can do like new rounds pretty easily. I don't know why I'm not loading. I'm floating ahead. There we go. Game is gonna work. Okay, that worked pretty good. Yeah, then it's gonna keep looping back because that's all we've done. But we do have an error. That's something else. But like we do have an error that in the actual script because it's not deleting the plates. So we need to do that. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, so we need to actually return this right here because if we don't return it, it's gonna loop through all the plates and actually make every single plate my plate. So what we're gonna have to do is return that right there. And I think it should work perfectly now. I don't think there should be any errors in the script. The plate should be all gone. Okay, game's getting ready to begin. I don't know why it's taking me so long to like spawn and load. Okay, this part works. I don't think it's not actually deleting the plates though. Oh, we forgot to parent it to the other thing too. Gonna look at the okay, so it does not name them, so that's weird. Let's parent the thing to that folder. I forgot to parent the plates to the folder actually, because that'll come in useful. That'll come in handy later. So it's not actually destroying the plates for some reason. So I don't know why it's not destroying the plates. Let me come back and figure this out. I'll be right back one more time. Okay, yeah, I'm an idiot. So instead of I do not know why I put return here because that's probably that's gonna end the whole while thing. So it's just gonna end this too. So it's not even gonna get down there. So we're just gonna remove that and get rid of it. And then we're gonna have to do something else instead. So let's just do break. I mean not break. We're gonna have to do like something if the player has a plate, then not to. So we're just gonna do this. If local, I mean not if local plate value is equal to instance.new object value plate value is equal to game. Not game parent player dot character. Don't put in. It's best to put it in character because when the character dies, it'll disappear, which is what we want. I'm going to do play dot value is equal to v, and we're going to do one more thing. We're going to put this up here, and v and not v find. I mean, and not player find first child. Oh, we have to actually name it. So we're going to do play value is dot name is equal to play value. We're just gonna call it play. And for some reason I keep forgetting to like put this here. We're gonna get parent and dot value. There we go. And then we're gonna do make sure it does. Oh, I forgot to put character. So make sure to say and not player dot character find first child plate value. That should work. Let's try it. It should work perfectly now. I don't know why my studio is taking like 20 years to load. It doesn't usually do that. Alright, the game's beginning. Alright, yep, there we go. It works perfectly. As you can see, it teleports to us to a random plate, gives us a plate, and then it deletes. And then, so that's basically it for this episode. we're gonna do one more thing, and what we're gonna do is just gonna do this for I be in pairs folder guild children. So when it starts a new round, we're just gonna clear it out, make sure there's nothing in it, and we're just gonna do v, or if v, then v destroy. So it's just gonna destroy it. This will also come in handy later because like we're gonna be inserting a lot of stuff into that folder. So it's gonna be good that we clear it out and make sure it's all nice and clean. So everything works as it is intended. And next episode we're actually gonna do like more. We're actually gonna do like the events and stuff like that. And I have some more things planned in the future, like maybe some data like win stuff, and maybe you can get stuff with like coins and stuff. We'll see, we'll see. If you have any suggestions for the series, actually, I wouldn't mind getting some of those. So if you have any good suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. And yeah, this is actually I think I'm pretty happy with the story so far. And each episode is probably going to be like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, because it's going to take a bit. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.